So I am going to be doing BookTube-A-Thon. It started yesterday. It's okay that I'm a little bit late. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Today's Tuesday, so it's the second day of BookTube-A-Thon. I am 300 pages behind schedule because that's one of the challenges, to read 300 pages a day, which is crazy, but I'm gonna try and do it. And then also I did a readathon last week, and I'm gonna be doing a wrap-up for that. So this is a wrap-up in TBR in the middle of the month. It's crazy. Crazy stuff going on. Probably should preface this video by saying that last week I went on a fast type diet thing. It wasn't really to lose weight, it was just to challenge myself into fast. I only let myself drink water, and I only ate fruits and vegetables for the entire week. And the thing that was the hardest for me, aside from chocolate was very, very missed. But the other thing that really was hard for me, that I didn't expect to miss as much as it, was coffee. Coffee is so important. I went through coffee withdrawals. I had headaches like almost every day, but then it stopped afterwards. But coffee, oh my gosh, I miss coffee so much. And coffee doesn't really have an effect on me. I don't think, like, when I drink coffee I don't feel more awake. But this week, after not having coffee for a week, it has just been like kicking me higher into the air, and I've just been feeling so energized. And so that's maybe why I'm a little bit in this video. So please forgive me for excess. And yeah, let's get started. Let's talk about some books, because we've been talking about other things for quite a while. So last week, Readathon, these are the two books that I read 3 books actually. I intended to read 7, I read 3 and a bit, so I'm happy with how it went. This is the first book I read. This is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Really enjoyed it. Was disappointed with the fact that I watched the movie first, because I would have liked to create the world in my head, like, without the movie there interrupting me and, you know, having its own version and visual stuff being put into my head, because I would keep on seeing the movie when I was reading this, so I would have liked to create it, you know, anew and afresh. But what are you gonna do? I can't unwatch the movies, so I just will have to continue, and I really did enjoy it, and I'm excited to read the rest of the books in the series, so yay for that. The second book I read was Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. Really enjoyed this. A lot of people were scaring me on Goodreads about what they were saying. They were like, it is going to go really badly when it gets like halfway through to like 250 pages. It just goes woo. That's not the right sound effect, but you get the picture. People were saying it went downhill. I wasn't sure why. I didn't want to know why, but I was really scared. I was really, like, when I got to around 250 pages, I was like, what's gonna happen? Is it gonna be terrible? It wasn't for me, actually. I really enjoyed it. I know I can understand why people don't like it, but for me, I really enjoyed it. The writing was superb. It was just, oh, delicious writing, just amazing. I'm set in Prague. I mean, come on. The third book I read was the Lunar Chronicles book. No, what was it? It was The Queen's Army. It was a novella by Marissa Meyer. Goodreads counts as a book, so do I. But yeah, that's the third book I read last week. Gave it 4.5, or no, 4 out of 5, because it's part of the Lunar Chronicles, and I love it. Can't wait for Chris. So it was good. And showed a backstory from one of the characters from Scarlet, so I was just enjoying it so much. And then the other books that I was supposed to read but I didn't are these 4 books. Did not start this at all. Hopefully I will read it sometime this month. This is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. I started this book. Hopefully I will finish it sometime soon. It is really simply written. I'm up to page 28. It's really simply written. It is a children's book, but I'm having a little bit of trouble with how simply it's written. Like, be a little bit more detailed. This book I didn't start either. This is Something Special by Iris Murdoch, and this book I am currently reading. It's The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm taking a really long time to read this because I always read it when I'm out for some reason. I'm like, it's really small, I can take it out with me and read, because I want to do that stuff, but I never read when I'm outside. It's just, like, it's a nice thought, but it never pans out. Okay, so on to the BookTube-A-Thon TBR. So there's 7 days, 7 challenges, missed one of the days. Oh wow. It's okay. I'll put the info about it and also the videos from Raylene and Ariel in the description box below, which they say all about it if you haven't seen those videos. So yes, the first challenge is to read 300 pages a day. Probably gonna fail that, but it's okay. It doesn't matter that much, no. And the second challenge is to read a book that's more than 500 pages. Hello. This is The Ask and the Answer by Patrick Ness. This is the second book in the Chaos Walking trilogy. The first book ended, it wasn't even a cliffhanger, it was like more than a cliffhanger, just midway through the events. Just no! What are you doing? You can't. So I need to read this. I'm excited to read this. I'm definitely going to read this week. Maybe. The next challenge is to reread a book. I don't really reread books except for like The Odyssey and Jane Eyre and this. This is The Twits by Roald Dahl, and I might reread this. It's really short. I'll probably like find my sister and be like, I'm gonna read you a story today, like I used to when we were younger, and I would read you stories and just like, get away. And I'm like, no, I'm reading the story, so that's what I'm probably gonna do. And I really like this book a lot. It's like my favorite children's book, so I'm excited to maybe read this. I don't know if it'll pan out. I said pan out already in this video. I feel like that's not something I say. The next book is to read a series. I like memorize the challenges. Look at me memorizing stuff. The next challenge number 3, is to read the next book in the series, or to finish a series or to finish a trilogy. I think I'm gonna just like erase that, or not erase it, but put that white out stuff over it and then just change it to read the next book in a series / trilogy. I'm gonna read this. This is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. It's the second book in the Harry Potter series, and I'm excited to read this. Really excited. Ooh yeah, Tom Riddle's gonna happen in this book. Yeah, okay, stop that, it's weird. The next challenge number 4, is read a book that has been on your bookshelf for forever, for such a long time. Yeah, okay, and it is this. This is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, I'm not sure. I'm excited to read this. I have been wanting to read this for such a long time. It was in my TBRs before, like all the time, and then I just was like, you know, you're not going to read this anytime soon. Let's just take it out of your TBR. Just take it out. And yeah, so now it's back in, and I hope to read this. I really want to read it because I have said to myself that I will not buy The Lord of the Rings until I finish this book. So I need to finish it. The next challenge number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Challenge number 6, I think, is to read an audiobook. And instead of doing that, because I don't feel like it, I'm gonna read this. This is so interesting to me. I really want to check this out. One of you recommended this to me on my Cinder review or something, and I got it a long time ago as well, and I really want to read. It's a very intriguing book. It's called The Child Thief by Brom, and it's a fairy tale retelling about Peter Pan, and it's really dark, as you can probably tell by like the cover. And I've shown this before. The pictures there's lots of pictures in here, and there's lots of illustrations as well, and it's so intriguing. It feels and looks very well put together, and I'm really excited to read it, and a lot of people have said that it changed their lives. So I'm excited to get into this book. And the next 2 books, wait, are we finished with all the challenges? Oh wait, the last challenge was to read a classic, I think, and that's going to be The Hobbit as well. And then I have 2 other books that I just kind of thrown there, because I'm probably just going to like just read whatever I feel like reading. But I'm going to read more than normal, so that's a thing. The next 2 books I just want to read. This is a book that I need to review, and I need to read it. This is The Snow Child by Ewan Ivey. This book is so pretty. It's so pretty, and look at it, and I bought it recently. It was for $5 at like a book sale table thing. It's hardback, and so beautiful, and I've heard really good things about this, so I'm excited to read it. So yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books in a week. Because that's possible for me. That's something I've done that lots of times. But yeah, these are the books that I apparently think I can read in a week. Yeah, not even a week actually, 6 days, because I'm starting today, except today, after I finish filming this video, I'm gonna go watch The Great Gatsby for the first time. I know, super late, don't judge me, okay? I'm so glad it's still in cinemas, because if it wasn't, I'd be so sad. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch that. So I should go on out, and I hope you're having a great day. Tell me what books you're reading right now, because you're probably already reading your BookTube-A-Thon books. But yeah, tell me what book you're reading right now for BookTube-A-Thon, or for your Read-A-Thon, or just for your random life of gloriness, and I'm gonna have some coffee. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!